Okie dokie.
Go online. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. The internet can totally see you now. Isn't that exciting?
It sees us now.
It does. So I am going to make sure that I tweet this. In the meantime,
all right.
Say hello, Richard.
Hey. So, this is the YouTube over here.
Oh, here we go. Yes. So, but we'll turn that off so we won't be behind.
Yes.
Because it's a little weird.
It's very distracting.
Oops. Episode 2. Oh, did that not work? Okay, episode 204.
204.
Live. All right, we are tweeting that out. All right, and of course the phone rings.
Hey.
Welcome, everyone. Hi, guys. There are 2 people watching us now.
On Facebook?
On YouTube.
On YouTube. Hey, YouTubers. Skytubers.
Yay.
What do we have on Skytubers? As a Skytubers.
I don't know. Okay, posting here, and then we're going to go live Facebook too. For the fun of it. Okay. Excellent. Oh, Christopher Marino. Hello.
Christopher Marino.
Okay, and then...
Hey, Chris Marino.
Yeah, welcome. We're doing our new setup where we have our show on the desktop, and we have it on Facebook. And let's see, live dashboard. Okay, so now I'm setting up so I can see the chat. Hello, the chat. Okay, perfect. Okay, there we go. Hi, everyone. We are going to do episode
204.
204. Oh, say that again. You're loud.
204.
Okay, you were loud.
204, 204, 204.
When you get excited, you get louder.
I'm excited because not only is Christopher Marino with us, but Matt Clifton is with us too.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt Clifton.
Hey.
Claire Henry.
Yay.
Hey, are you still in New Hampshire? Or are you over in Merrill, England?
Ooh, that's right. Yeah, she was traveling last week.
Back to normal. What
All right.
would you call normal?
And the people on YouTube, we can see your chats. If you wanted to send a chat, we can just see them right here.
Now, is that private right there?
No,
Okay.
everyone. So everyone on YouTube, if you type a comment, can you see other people's comments? Oh, Omari! Yay!
On your lunch break.
Yay!
Hey, Omari.
And Wynn Patterson over here on Facebook. So this is Facebook.
You've been elusive. We see you all over the
elusive.
place, Matt, on Facebook.
All good.
Maybe elusive on the live recordings.
Yes. Oh, and Chris Marino says, yes, the YouTubers can see each other's comments. So that's great.
All right. Wynn Patterson just joined us. Hey, kids.
Hey.
Nice.
Okay, well, I'm ready. Are you ready, Richard?
I'm always ready.
Okay.
Except when you press the record button.
Right.
Then I'm not ready. Then I go to a coughing fit.
Okay, we're going to press record. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to scoot in a little bit. Okay, here we go. This is what you can look forward to on episode 204 of Skywalking Through Neverland.
Hey, Skywalkers. Hey, are you ready to travel back to yesterday? I'm sorry. Oh, no. I just drank something, went down the wrong way. One more time. Hey, Skywalkers. Hey, are you ready to travel back to yesteryear to hear stories about being on the set of The Empire Strikes Back and Raiders of the Lost Ark? And maybe learn a little Civil War history you may not have heard back in school. If you are, then we want to welcome you to Skywalking Through Neverland. We are your enthusiastic podcast destination for the many decades of your Star Wars and Disney fandom. I am Richard Wolofsky, and I currently have a mouthful of Novocaine, but let's ignore that, and everyone, please say hello to my sweetie wife, Sarah.
Hey, I'm just a sweetie wife today, huh?
Yes.
Nothing else?
No, well, a sweetie wife with no Novocaine in your mouth.
Okay, well, that works. You know what, everyone? We are excited that you are joining us, and we want to give you a big Wookiee hug to all of our family of Skywalkers. Thank you so much for listening to the show every single week. If you are just joining us now, welcome to Skywalking Through Neverland. You are now a Skywalker. And if you're currently watching right now, wow, you are one of the select few. You are a SkyTuber or a face hugger who are watching us live on Facebook or YouTube. So thank you so much, you guys, and we love it when you tweet at us as you listen, whether you're listening live now or listening later in your favorite podcatcher. We are at Skywalking Pod, and we love it when you share this joy in our adventure through fandom.
Did you ever watch Romper Room when you were a kid?
I have no idea what that is.
You've never heard of Romper Room?
No.
Oh my goodness. It's a PBS show. And it's very educational, the way most PBS shows are. Mm-hmm. And they would look through the magic mirror, and the woman who hosted the show would say, I can see Frank and Mary and Paul and Susan, and you just crossed your fingers hoping she would rattle off your name. Yeah. Uh-huh. Of course, she was just making up names as she went along, but I just had that memory come back as I'm looking at all these names, seeing who's joining us. Matt Clifton is with us, Christopher Marino's with us, Omari is with us.
We have Jared. We have Mike.
So, am I alone here? Does everyone not know Romper Room?
I don't know. Everyone respond. Oh, and Eric.
Eric Warren just joined.
Eric.
All right. Well, you know what? Maybe that was just for me then.
Well, I'm sure there's people in your generation that would know Romper Room.
And they're having some Romper Room flashbacks. All right, well, let's flash forward to today's show, and we are recording this from Long Beach, California on February the 28th, 2018. Is this a leap year?
No, it's not, because tomorrow's March 1st.
Okay, nice. Oh, Christopher Marino just said he knows what Romper Room is.
And so does Eric Warren.
All right, see? I feel much better about myself. Now, coming up on this week's show, we're going to be talking with Mark Marshall, who's got some great stories about when he worked in production at Lucasfilm during the days of The Empire Strikes Back and, not Return of the Jedi, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now, you may remember him from a few months ago when we talked with him very briefly at the Lost Con convention. He was on the Making of Star Wars panel. Well, he is back for a full discussion.
Yes, and he will also be talking about the Civil War documentary he directed called Remember the Sultana. And that will be released March 1st on Amazon and iTunes for digital download.
He's also got a very funny story about how he thought Harrison Ford lost his cool on the set of The Empire Strikes Back. What does that mean?
Yeah, this is a really fun interview, you guys.
We also have shout-outs, things we want to share. But right now, let's find out what we can look forward to in Cliff's Notes Countdown.
All right, here we go. Looking ahead, 23 days to WonderCon, which happens on March 23rd, 2018. Well, it happens over 3 days, but that's the beginning date.
And then, going to May, on May the 4th, we have Avengers Infinity War. 65 more days.
Mm-hmm. Now, May 18th is Deadpool 2, which is only 79 days.
I was never a Deadpool fan until his last movie. And you know what? I'm in. And then comes the big one. On May 25th, 2018, 41 years to the day, we will see Solo, a Star Wars story. 41 years after the release of Star Wars.
Wow. How many days until then?
86. 86 more days until Solo.
Okay, so that's all in May. Lots of things happening in May. But now we're going to jump to June. June 15th, where The Incredibles 2 comes out. So we have 107 days to wait until The Incredibles 2.
And then we have a little while until the next big film comes out, or the next big film that I know we're waiting for. And that is Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet.
And a new trailer just came out today, which we haven't seen yet. But we'll watch it right after this.
Now that comes out November 21st, 2018, and only a mere 266 days.
Okay, but on December 25th, 2018, so on Christmas Day, guess what comes out?
Mary Poppins returns!
Yes, and there is exactly 300 days until Mary Poppins returns.
Looking forward to that one, too.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get Galaxy's Edge coming next year. How many more days? We don't know.
No.
They haven't told us yet.
And also, in 2019, the D23 Expo 2019. We don't know how many days until that one either.
But what we do know is that Star Wars Celebration 2019 will be coming out next year. What we don't know is the date.
It's true.
So I can't tell you how many more days until that one.
But now, let's fast forward to December 20th, 2019. All right, that's a date. How many more days?
660 more days.
Whoa. For what?
For Star Wars Episode 9!
Exactly. Yay!
And then right after that comes Romper Room, the movie. I just threw that one in there. Because we're getting some SkyTubers who are saying that they know what Romper Room is.
Yes, indeed. Now, on YouTube, we have people saying we don't know where these expos are either. D23 Expo, which I'm assuming will be in Anaheim, because it always has been. But Star Wars Celebration, we don't know. Orlando, Anaheim, or maybe somewhere else.
Fingers crossed for Anaheim. It only makes sense.
It does.
But, you know what? Let's focus in on Romper Room, the movie. No details yet. Alright, note to self, make a Romper Room movie so we can talk about it. Alright, now let's get on to things we want to share.
Things we want to share.
Ba-dum.
Okay, Richard.
Now, last year, I was combing through some back issues of Bantha Tracks and the official Star Wars newsletter, and I was thinking, you know what, let's pull some stories from here into our vintage flashback segment, our Fandom Flashback segment, and let's see if I can track down some of these people that appeared in those newsletters, because they would always do some fandom highlights. You would have contest winners, people would share artwork or stories. So I thought, you know what, let's see if I can find some of these people online. And I did. And last year we talked with Matthew Pak, who was the winner of the Empire Strikes Back set visit contest. And then I went ahead and looked up some more names, like this one here, Preston Possel. Now he is the gentleman, well, back then he was a teen, and they had a contest to name the official Star Wars fan club newsletter, because the official Star Wars fan club newsletter just didn't roll off the tongue and way too long.
Really long to say.
Yeah, very generic. So they held a contest. And this kid, this teen, Preston Possel, won. And it's because of him that we have the name Bantha Tracks.
Yay!
So I did a little research, and I found him. Repeat, I found him. And I wrote to him, and I had done a written interview with him, with Preston, and you can see that on the skywalkingtoneverland.com, the website, and you can also find it on Fantha Tracks. I figured, wait a minute, Fantha Tracks, this is just made for one another. It was a really fun discussion. Preston's a really fun guy.
M-O-F-E. M-F-E-O. Made for one another. Okay.
Is that a Romper Room thing?
No, that's a Sleepless in Seattle thing.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
So, if you're like me and never wondered where Bantha Tracks came from, it wasn't in Sleepless in Seattle. It's a hard name to say. Sleepless in Seattle.
Not to be confused with while you were sleeping.
No, which I always do.
So
if you're interested, go over there. So go visit skywalkingtoneverland.com and look it up. Fun story, fun guy, and you know what? Another mystery solved.
And Claire Henry says thanks.
Oh.
She works with Bantha Tracks.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome, and it was a lot of fun.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
All right, I have some things to share.
All right, your turn.
I have some Disney things to share. Are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
We got lots of fun news this week about Disneyland, but not only Disneyland, Disneyland Paris.
Ooh.
There's going to be a huge expansion of Walt Disney Studios Park at Disneyland Paris. Now, Richard, we were there. So Disneyland Paris has two parks. One is their Disneyland, and one is the Walt Disney Studios Park. And so it's the Walt Disney Studios Park that is going to have 3 new areas that are based on Marvel, Frozen, and Star Wars. And there will be a new lake that will connect these 3 sections. So they're not gonna like remake anything in the park already. They're actually just expanding the whole park. And this will roll out in phases beginning in 2021.
Wow, 2021. Well, I guess they can always come to... No, don't come to our Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Wait for your own. It's going to be crowded enough. No, come on over. Come on over.
Yep.
The more fans, the merrier. Yeah, we hadn't been there since our honeymoon in 2009, and I really cannot remember the layout of the area. Mm-hmm. So... Well, I'm sure there's enough room to expand if they're going to be expanding.
Yes. Now, the Rock and Roller Coaster, Claire Henry, have you been there? And I know you're over in England. Is the Rock and Roller Coaster already there? Although the weather isn't as good. So let us know. Or if anybody knows that.
The Rock and Roller Coaster?
Yes. Because we don't know much about this new area. There's only one detail. Okay, the Rock and Roller Coaster is there. So the one thing that will change is the Rock and Roller Coaster will be reimagined as a high-speed, hyperkinetic adventure with Iron Man.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know. It should be super fun. So that's going to change. But other than that, as far as I know, they are expanding the Walt Disney Studios Park in Disneyland Paris. So that's exciting.
Yeah. I'm sure they've been waiting for this. Like, hey guys, what about us?
Yeah.
We need an upgrade too.
Yeah, exactly. And just a fun little nugget of a bonus. I was listening to Mousetalgia this week, and they were talking about the price hike for Disneyland tickets. Mm-hmm. You've heard this, like our annual pass went up over $100.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
I know, I don't either. So they were actually pricing out actual package vacations to Disneyland versus Walt Disney World versus Disneyland Paris. And Disneyland Paris, like a package vacation there, was actually way cheaper than both Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Because they just want people in their parks. So their actual prices of their tickets and their annual passes are much, much cheaper. So it's almost more cost effective to book a trip to Disneyland Paris than it is to book a trip to Disneyland. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, so maybe that'll be in our future as well. Mm-hmm. Because that theme park had the best shows I've ever seen at a Disney park.
Yeah, we were there when they had their Christmas time stuff up, and they had this wonderful Christmas parade that had beautiful music. Oh, it was amazing.
I recall some multimedia shows
that
just blew my mind. They were just worlds beyond what we have here. I know Disneyland has got a couple of multimedia. By multi, I mean like two media, live action and projected. But in Disneyland Paris, things were coming out of everywhere. And it was mind-blowing. I just wished I hadn't flunked French in school, or I could have followed along with the story a little bit more.
Okay.
But the visuals were just striking, and I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, and they do have Season of the Force there, as Claire Henry says, that with Hyperspace Mountain still going on.
You know what? Martin Keeler, who we got to thank for first alerting us to the story. Hey, Martin Keeler, Fanthatrax. But maybe it's time to go back there.
Yes.
Take a European vacation.
Well, it's almost been 10 years.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You, me, and the Griswolds.
Yeah. Woohoo!
So that could be fun. Because now, aside from Florida, I think England is second where we have the most Skywalker friends.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what's a trip to Paris?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so that's the Disneyland Paris news. Now we're going to jump closer to home to Disneyland Resort and Pixar Fest. Now, Pixar Fest, if you remember, that is happening at Disneyland Resort. So there's going to be things both in Disneyland and DCA that are going to change to include more Pixar things, including on April 13th, the Paint the Night Parade will begin at DCA. So it's jumping ship from Disneyland. Paris will begin Galaxies. Oh. Okay. Now, this Paint the Night parade, you remember how awesome that was, right?
Fantastic parade.
It was a fantastic parade, and it will feature a new Incredibles float with your favorite superhero family of the Incredibles. So that is exciting. Also, the Pixar Play Parade will begin April 13th, and now that was formerly at DCA. Now that will move to Disneyland. So they're kind of switching it up a little bit. And the Pixar Play Parade will feature new Up and Inside Out story elements.
Oh,
and
nice.
Maybe, they didn't say new floats, so I'm assuming they'll have the characters and like maybe re-theme a float, I suppose. So April 13th is coming up pretty quick.
Yeah, like what, 6 weeks now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Pixar Pier, we have to wait until June 23rd for that to open. And that will take over at DCA, the whole pier area there with Screamin' and stuff. That will be re-themed to Pixar. And the Screamin' coaster will be the Incredicoaster.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I did not know that.
Yeah, where Toy Story is, you know, the Toy Story ride?
Right.
Toy Story Mania.
Uh-huh.
So that's already Pixar.
Right.
And so all those shops will have Pixar themes, and the Incredicoaster will be Screamin'. So it's going to be all Pixar over there.
So I'm imagining the track will be Elastigirl, her arms and legs, and the car's going to go all around her body.
That would be interesting. They did say that they would not take away the Mickey icon on the wheel, on the Ferris wheel.
That would be a huge mistake.
Yes.
Big mistake.
Huge. Okay. Oh, hi, says Matthew. And this year, that is this year, says Cam.
Yes.
26, yes.
Yeah, weeks to go for that.
And Christopher Moreno says, I think it's Dash. Maybe Dash, we're like dashing.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
I can see
That would make
Elastigirl,
sense.
her limbs being the track, and Dash is like running alongside the coaster car. That could be interesting.
That would be. All right, well, with new Pixar Fest comes, guess what?
Gift shops. Come on, gift shops
Definitely.
or dining experiences.
Yes, and it will have both. Specifically, I want to talk about dining packages. Because, as you know, when there's new parades or new elements to parades, it can get pretty crowded trying to watch them. Well, you can actually beat the crowd by choosing to do these dining packages. So the Paint the Night Parade dining packages, there will be some available at Carthay Circle Restaurant. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Or Wine Country Trattoria. And so the Wine Country one is a 3-course meal. The Carthay Circle one is a 4-course meal. I don't have pricing for these because I didn't look into it quite yet. But that sounds fun. I would love to do like a Carthay Circle one because I love the Carthay Circle restaurant. If you guys haven't been there, like I really think you should go because it's just a really fun experience. Also, you can choose to do a Paint the Night Parade reception at Sonoma Terrace. Now, Sonoma Terrace is that area, is kind of the open air area where you can get beer, you can get wine, and you can watch the parade from there. So you'll be a little removed from the parade route, but you'll be able to eat meat and cheese and dessert that's served with wine and beer, so sign me up. And also, jumping to Disneyland, you'll be able to view the Pixar Play Parade in special areas if you do the Plaza Inn picnic-inspired meal with a reserved viewing area. So,
boy, they have left no stone unturned.
Yes, and all reservations open in early March. So, check
tomorrow.
You guys. Yeah, check tomorrow or check right now if you're hearing this on your podcatcher. So, if that interests you. So, yay. Doesn't
Good deal.
Fun?
Yeah, we'd like to see more Buzz Lightyear in there. This is my favorite Pixar character. So I want to see more Buzz representation.
Well, they already have. I believe there's already a Toy Story float.
There is
in the Pixar Play Parade.
But it's time we updated that.
Okay.
I want to see a Space Command roller coaster.
Oh. Well, see, they already have Toy Story Mania, and he's already represented there. And there's Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters. There's a whole ride after him.
Yeah, the ride. I mean, more in like the parade. He being like the spokesperson.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, he's like the Tinkerbell over at Disneyland. She's the Disneyland mascot, and Buzz Lightyear should be the face of Pixar Pier.
Okay, I see.
Just saying. Just saying.
Honestly, I think Woody will win over Buzz every time.
Well, then you got to go Buzz, Woody, and Jesse. You got to keep it fair.
That's true. That's true. You can have a Buzz, Woody, and Jesse watch face.
Well, why don't we?
Well, because you have a Star Wars one, but you can switch it out. I can show you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep it on the Star Wars one for now.
Okay. All right, there was another piece of news this week that I'm kind of excited about, and this is that McDonald's announces a partnership with Disney once again for Disney toys and Happy Meals.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Disney did have a partnership with McDonald's a long time ago.
Yes, they did. In fact, in the 80s, if you grew up an 80s, 90s kid, you got all these Disney toys that you got in Happy Meals.
Yes, we did.
Where's mine? Hold on. For you people on YouTube and Facebook, where'd it go? Ah!
Kelly Baker Wolf on Facebook says, Pizza Port needs to change to Pizza Planet. Why they didn't do that a long time ago, I've got no idea. Yeah, that just screams, make it happen. But McDonald's and Disney, I always assumed they have never left a partnership.
Yeah, so actually in 2006, Disney dissolved their partnership with McDonald's when Disney decided to make sure that all their meals were healthier for kids, like at the resorts. And also in 2006, they would not partner with any company that didn't meet their nutritional standards for children.
I don't think McDonald's has upped their game since 1955.
That's the thing. McDonald's has recently announced that they are working on the nutritional value and like what ingredients are in their foods and things like that, and that is why Disney has deigned to partner with them once again.
Could you call McDonald's food?
I know.
They're pretty much at the bottom of the fast food chain.
Right. Well, if you head,
in my opinion,
if you head to the McDonald's website, they actually have a whole article about this, and I'm kind of excited about this because honestly, right here on my desk is my Thumper toy I got from a Happy Meal way back in the 80s. And I remember they had Thumper, they had Bambi, they had Owl, and they had Tigger. And I always wanted Bambi. I thought it was really pretty. One of my friends had Bambi, and I could never find Bambi. I was very sad. But
back in the 70s and 80s, I was always upset that McDonald's didn't have a Star Wars Happy Meal. Mm-hmm. I know Burger Chef, who here remembers Burger Chef? It was the West Coast version of Burger King. Uh-huh. They had some Star Wars Happy Meal type ripoffs. I guess you can't really call them Happy Meals because it wasn't McDonald's. But I always wanted McDonald's. It was a perfect fit. Star Wars and Happy Meal and have a toy inside.
Well, do you know what?
What?
You will now get Star Wars toys in Happy Meals.
What?
Yes! So they are announcing that Disney will also partner with McDonald's for not only Disney Studios films, but also Marvel and Star Wars. So right now they've announced that on June 15th, with the release of Incredibles 2, there will be a Happy Meal. That's, synergizing with that. And then in November, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2, you'll also see the side of a Happy Meal box. So that's exciting.
You missed something. How about Solo?
Well, I know. Not Solo. So not Solo.
So close.
I know.
It's right there.
I know.
Why did they skip over Solo?
I know. Well, they're starting with the I guess the animated ones, but they did announce in that announcement there is. See, it says Happy Meals that will promote movies from across Disney's family of studios, including Walt Disney Animation Studios, Pixar Animation Studios, Marvel Studios, and Lucasfilm. So within this press release, they didn't mention Solo, but who knows? Perhaps they will. Well, no, Solo is before June, so no.
Yeah, it's 3 weeks beforehand,
yeah. So I don't think they will, just because of the announcement and the timing for getting stuff ready. I think June will be the first we'll see this.
Well, okay, so it kicks off with The Incredibles 2. I can see that, but at the same time, why not release a second box and keep people like me happy that are still disgruntled we never got a Star Wars Happy Meal back in the 70s and 80s?
I'm sorry, but guess what?
Get Bob Iger on the phone, please.
Other people got Happy Meals. Joey Pittman says, I still have my Rescue Rangers Happy Meal toys. Cam B26 says, I got the Hercules plates. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, and also Mulan. He got Mulan. And there's glasses and plates were the best, apparently.
Yeah, Burger King had the glasses.
Okay, I never got the glasses and the plates. So, Joey Pittman says the Walt Disney World glasses are great for cocktails.
Oh. Okay.
I didn't know that. Well, that's exciting. So, that's so cute. All right.
Well, I'm happy, and there's still hope.
Yes, I agree.
Hope for Star Wars Happy Meals. It's right there. Come on.
I agree. Okay, so I'm excited to see what they will come up with for these toys because, yeah, it's just fun to find them.
Yeah. Well, the Happy Meal toys were always so much fun. I think it was just that extra added something.
Oh yeah.
In the mix of that flat cheeseburger, cold fries, and a McNugget.
Uh-huh.
You also got a little toy surprise.
Oh, I know. It's like, who doesn't want... It's like, well, when you're a kid, little toys are like... Our little presents are so big because you're so small.
Yeah. Well, did you ever have Cracker Jacks?
Yes!
Yeah, you would buy those things just to get that little tiny rub-on tattoo or a jack.
Oh, yeah. Well, and even...
Or a die.
Yeah, or in cereal boxes, too.
Yeah.
You know, you get that extra special something. It's like,
right.
Look, it's a present.
Yeah. Pay $16 for a box of Captain Crunch only to get that Star Wars sticker.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That was General Mills. But you get my point.
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, you know what? Time will tell. So, you know what? Just censor myself, bring myself back down, and just know there's always hope.
Okay, well, let's finish up by sharing what's coming on next week's show.
So, who is prepared for the series finale of Star Wars Rebels? I don't think we can ever be fully prepared. But I am so looking forward to seeing how they're going to wrap up this series.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to answer a ton of questions, and I think they're going to open the door for even more questions.
Yeah.
With no answers. Thank you, Dave Filoni. But we've already, well, in case anyone who hadn't seen the last couple of episodes of Rebels, we lost one character. And what?
Don't say that. Don't.
What?
Because there's people in England who haven't seen anything.
I think by now they have. Okay. So where were we? So great things to come. Great cameos, like in last week's show. Not gonna say what cameos we heard, but looking forward to some big things. However, that's not all we'll be covering next week.
Yeah. Because
on Friday, this coming Friday, we're going to be going to Burbank Disney Studios.
Don't say where it is.
To pick up a couple of friends and to talk about Star Wars Rebels.
Yay!
So can't wait to talk to some friends, and you know what? Well, we'll mention that next week. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. So thoughts on Star Wars Rebels next week.
So we are excited to cover Star Wars Rebels next week.
One more time.
So we are excited to cover Star Wars Rebels next week.
So Claire Henry, you've seen Jedi Knight, so are you caught up? Does England have the first couple of episodes now? I know you guys were a little bit behind.
No, she said Jedi Knight.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Episode... Oh, you only got one episode?
Ah.
You didn't get Doom yet? Okay. We will hold back on any more comments. All right, but what we're not going to hold back is on... Oh, it's the first one. Oh, okay, so she already knows. All right. Back to the script. All right, so now, Sarah, anything else to add?
Nope. We're just looking forward to next week's episode. But before we do that, let's head to this week's episode.
And now we'll get into our discussion with Mark Marshall, who worked in production during some of Lucasfilm's greatest films. He also worked as Spielberg's assistant for a short time. And Spielberg gave him some great career advice back then, and he's going to share that with us in just a few. Now remember, tomorrow, March 1st, is when you can see his Civil War documentary, Remember the Sultana. Captivating, devastating, something we all should know about. Before the Titanic, there was the Sultana.
I'll play that. Okay. So tune into our podcast episode to hear our interview with Mark Marshall.
All right, moving right along.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us. Yeah, see, some people can't watch Rebels. Oh, John Fowler, no cable. I know. Amazing. All right, here we go. Shoutouts.
Shoutouts. All right.
It's time for shoutouts. We got a lovely email today, Richard.
Yeah, this was so nice from some friends in Brazil. It starts off, "Hello, Richard and Sarah. How are you? My name is Gabriel. I'm from Brazil. Me and my wife Tamara are big fans of you guys."
It's probably Tamara.
Tamara. Me and my wife Tamara are big fans of you guys. I started to listen to your shows about a year ago, and it is absolutely amazing. Thank you, thank you. You two are so sweet and nice persons. Your fandom for Star Wars and Disney is like ours. We love to listen to this podcast.
Oh.
I just want to say that you two are very dear to us, and you have big fans here, far away from Brazil. Aww.
Oh.
Well, thank you very much. And they finish off by saying, keep going with the show, and may the Force be with you two always. Kind regards, Gabriel and Tamara. Gabriel and Tamara. Gabriel and Tamara.
Yay! Well, thank you so much, Gabriel and Tamara. Thank you for writing us. We love to hear that you're listening in any way, shape, or form. So, people on Twitter when they tweet at us at SkywalkingPod, people who share their hashtag Skywalker selfies, and people who email us. And it's so cool.
They sent us a picture of themselves at Celebration Anaheim.
Yeah, and I believe we've met them.
Did we meet you two there?
I think we have. So, yay. We love that. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, that was a very, very nice email.
And now we'll jump to Twitter, and I want to give a big shout out to @RebDiaz, who tweeted, just finished listening to the podcast. Really enjoyed hearing all about your experiences at Lucasfilm at Blue Jay Guys. Knowing that you've seen the next 2 episodes of Rebels has me anxious and excited. Knowing that you've seen the next 2 episodes of Rebels has me anxious and excited. So, Reb Diaz is referring to Jonna Marie Macias, and she came on episode 203 to discuss her giving the Q&A to Dave Filoni. Yeah.
Moderating.
Yeah.
So what he's referring to...
It might be she.
So what they are referring to is episode 203, where Jonna Marie was telling us all about the panel she moderated with Dave Filoni and how they got to see the first 4 episodes. And just amazing stuff. And the fact that she had to hold back on what she knew about wolves in a door.
Yeah.
And a world between worlds. Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh.
So... I don't think I could have held that in.
No, it's like, where do you stop? So, also on the Star Wars show this week, which was just released, they do have some video from that Q&A.
Oh.
So, yeah, but if you've seen that Star Wars show, please head to episode 203 of Skywalking if you want to hear the full story from Jonna Marie herself. It's pretty neat. All right, well, those were the shout-outs this week, and I just want to give a big shout-out to all the, once again, our face huggers and our SkyTubers who are watching right now.
Yeah, and really going to town with your comments.
Yeah, we love that.
A lot of people are commenting about what they got in Happy Meals.
Uh-huh.
Lord of the Ring goblets from Burger King. That one passed me by.
Joey Pittman says, I recently had Cracker Jacks, and the prize was a code for an app. Not an item, but an app? What is that?
it's kind of like a Christmas story where you get a code, which you have to decipher. But what? So Joey Pittman, when you went onto the app, what'd you do? What'd they have you do?
I don't know.
I don't know. Always eat your Cracker Jacks.
Yes.
That's the special message.
All right. Well, that wraps up episode 204 of
Skywalking Through Neverland. We'd like to thank Mark Marshall for coming on and sharing all his incredible stories. Go check out his documentary, Remember the Sultana, available on Amazon and iTunes as of March the 1st.
That's right. And of course, all of you Skywalkers, we want to thank you for listening every single week. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. This week we had a lot of content on YouTube. Richard, you've been to several Planet of the Apes screenings, right?
Yeah, over at USC they're screening the first 5 films, the only 5 original vintage films, because of the 50th anniversary. And I've been recording a lot from there, the panels, the surprises, the ape cosplayers who are just incredible. And as soon as we stop recording right now, in a few minutes, I'm going to be going to see the next 2 in the lineup, Conquer the Planet of the Apes and Battle for the Planet of the Apes. And they're going to have a special Q&A afterwards with some of the stars and the crew. So even more Apes content coming your way.
Yeah, so what you've been doing is videotaping all of these Q&As and the Apes cosplayers and putting them on our YouTube channel in a special playlist that I have titled Planet of the Apes. So if you want to see all those. And also this week, last week we saw A Wrinkle in Time and went to the press conference for A Wrinkle in Time with Oprah, with Chris Pine, with Ava DuVernay, and I'm sure I'm pronouncing her name wrong. But the point is, I videotaped it, and that is now up on our YouTube channel as well, along with a bunch of other press conferences from other Disney movies, mostly.
Black Panther from last week.
Yeah.
Pierre Kelly is asking us on YouTube, how was Black Panther?
Amazing!
Listen to episode 202 and find out.
It's our Black Panther special.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, go see the movie and then go listen to that episode because there's lots and lots of good stuff there.
Christopher Marino says, I love Conquer of the Planet of the Apes. Hey, if you're not busy after work, come on down to USC because they're going to be showing Conquer and Battle, and I'm so excited. I've never seen these ape films up on the big screen. So come on down.
Yeah. Oh, he also says it was an excellent press conference for Black Panther. So,
nice.
Yay! Well, thank you guys so much. So, once again, YouTube content is always there. Head to youtube.com/skywalkingthroughneverland and click subscribe so you get notified when we are going live on YouTube. We're going to be doing more of those events. Should be fun.
Yeah, it is a pop culture hub.
It is.
Not just Star Wars, not just Disney. There's some Marvel, like we said, Planet of the Apes, a little bit of everything.
Yes.
Now, do you know where else you can find a little bit of everything?
Where?
Now, do you know where else you can find a little bit of everything?
Where?
Over there at retrozap.com.
Yeah, you can find articles there like MCU Location Scout, which scouts out the locations where these Marvel films were filmed and gives us, where the actual locations are and some fun info on that.
And you can also find awesome podcasts like Brews and Blasters,
Beltway Banthas,
The Deuce Cast Movie Show,
Starship Sabers and Scoundrels,
Kanada's Castle,
Techno Retro Dads,
and Talking Apes.
Ooh.
And you can also find Skywalking Through Neverland at JediNews.co.uk and at FanthaTracks.com.
Yes, and Skywalkers, if you want to catch up with us all during the week, and Skywalkers, if you want to catch up with us all during the week, we are at Skywalking Pod on Twitter and Instagram. I am Jedi Tink on Twitter and Instagram. Richard, you are Sith Rich on Twitter, and you can email us. We are share@skywalkingthroughneverland.com. And now, if you don't want to just talk to us, but if you want to talk to other listeners and get to know them and become good friends with them, you can head to our Facebook group. And that is a wonderful place on the internet where it's all rainbows and unicorns and fuzzy happy people.
What you mean by that is positivity.
Positivity, yes. And even if people disagree, they have, conversations about it. They don't call each other names, so it's great. So if you want to do that, you can go to Facebook and search Skywalking Through Neverland Facebook group, and then you can request to join and answer the 2 questions that pop up. It's very important.
As always, we'd love to hear what you Skywalkers think, so go over there to iTunes.
Actually, it's Apple Podcasts.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's a big thing through Libsyn. So Apple Podcasts, they don't want us to say iTunes anymore.
Oh, okay, good to know. And we're always curious to what you Skywalkers think of the show, so please go over there to Apple Podcasts or Stitcher and leave us a review. Not going to tell you to leave 5 stars. As many stars as you want. We just want to hear your honest review.
And as always, stay tuned after the credits for this episode to hear little bits of conversation, maybe some loopy discussions that didn't quite make it into our main show, as well as everyone's favorite thing,
bloopers! Always a lot of bloopers.
All right, Skywalker, so have a fun week. Bring some tissues when you watch Star Wars Rebels, and always remember
to podcast after the Novocaine has worn off.
Oh. Thank you for joining us. Joey will be down at Pixar Fest. Yay! Hi, Michelle. Hi, Claire. Bye, everyone. We want to thank you all for joining us today.
Yes,
Yay!
yes. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.